Do you understand this is criminal?
Yes,
what
I
you've
understand.
Done? This is a crime.
She's gonna take everything.
Oh, they're swingers.
Who gives? I am going to open up the DNA test.
Why?
Say hi to your mother. I know what I look like.
Wow.
And this is how I rule. Okay, let's get right on to this case. Plaintiff in this case is Mr. Eric Powell, and he is suing the defendant, Stacy Hughes, for the sum of $40,000 as reimbursement for expenses related to her. Is that correct?
Yes. Hello, Dr. Polo.
Hello.
Meeting women, dating has always been real troublesome for me. Like, people generally just freak me out. Like, all these people are freaking me out right now, really. And women doubly so. So I find my female companionship online, really, through virtual means. So I got to know her through her website. She's a cam girl. You know, it started simple enough. Like, Katie was nothing more than a cam girl to me.
Okay, so it's an adult webcam site that she has, right? Yes. So there's something sexy and erotic. And
It's a legal online webcam business.
All right.
Not all the relationships has romantic nature. Some of my clients just want a friend to talk to, so it's not all sexual. So
okay.
just you
Sometimes
understand.
there's talking.
Yes.
Okay, all right. So you met her that way.
Yeah, like I would just log on every once in a while. She'd provide her services, and then
I guess you have to pay for this, right?
Yeah,
you have to pay for the service.
Yeah, you have to pay for the service.
Is it a monthly fee, or is it every time you go into the page?
It really depends how often you use it. It ended up becoming monthly for me, but that's because things started to change. You know, like we started talking, and she started talking to me differently, like opening up about herself, like sharing personal things about her life, and
for example,
like things that she would. Like experiences, like troubles that she's had with men in the past, you know, like how she's been treated through her life as just a sex object, you know, and just all the time she's been like brokenhearted, and she even wanted to like get out of the cam girl business and start like a new thing. Like, so I just started growing feelings for her. I got really comfortable, and I found myself opening up, like sharing the sort of stuff I would never share with anyone. And I totally fell in love with her. You know, I looked forward coming home every day. Yeah, it got to the point where I was every day just coming home from work, logging on just to see her. And then I would spend all this extra cash to like spend more time with her so she wouldn't have to deal with like all the other guys that she wouldn't even care for.
What do you mean? You were sending her money?
Yeah, just it started off that way. Just like, you know, like paying for like longer hours, you know, and more time, and you know, just so we could just talk to each other.
What do you do for a living?
I'm an accountant.
You're an accountant?
Yeah.
A CPA?
Yeah.
How many times have you seen her personally?
Never.
None. Dr. Paul,
No.
Today is the first day you see her personally?
First time
Yeah,
I have seen
This is the first time you see the real person?
Yes.
Oh, you must be very excited. Aren't you?
Considering that
sad.
we've been in touch for half a year, and he considers me as a real girlfriend, and he's never seen me, and he was sure that we had a real relationship, while my website clearly states entertainment purposes
These were
only.
actions that she actually supported. Like, she expressed to me, like, I would express my feelings for her, and she could have just stopped it right there.
Dr. Paul, excuse
didn't.
me.
She ran along with it.
It's my job. This is my job to form a bond with each client.
But Eric, how old are you?
42.
42. Have you ever had a significant relationship with anybody?
To be honest, I'm still a virgin. I know this sounds crazy, but I am.
Well, I saw the movie 40-Year-Old Virgin, and I thought it was cute. So you've never had a relationship with anybody, and you had never met her in person?
Not in person, no. I mean, she only knows what I've looked like because I've sent her pictures and stuff. Like
Because it's online camera.
Talk to me about
Yeah,
the $40,000. What are these for? You're asking her to reimburse you $40,000.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money, Eric.
$20,000 for like all the extra time that I spent. on her website, you know, like
For
living
extra
a lie.
time?
I showered her with like really expensive gifts. We're talking like diamonds, earrings, leather designer boots.
Which I've never asked for anything, any of that. I've never asked for any of that.
And there was also $15,000 that I had to borrow
Borrow?
to help her start her new business. I loaned her $15,000.
He never
Do you
loaned
have
me
like
anything.
a letter from her, a request?
I have
asking you to
I
start.
have our last conversation, like, you know, where I ended up offering her the money, like she never requested it.
Offering. He offered me the money.
Okay.
After I thought you were opening up a nail salon.
I've never asked this man to do anything. I've never asked this man to subscribe to my website. I never asked him to send me gifts as any other my paying clients who are paying for my services willingly. I've never asked anything. I haven't found this guy. He
Eric,
was
do
the
you
one
live
who
by
found my
yourself?
website.
Yeah, I live by myself.
You live by yourself.
Yeah, I got a small condo.
Have you ever been evaluated by a psychologist?
When I was little, you know, when I grew up pretty much bullied and picked on, I had a stuttering problem that pretty much got fixed. But
So,
they never.
so did your evaluation conclude in anything? Was there a diagnosis of some sort?
Social anxiety disorder was.
Social anxiety disorder. Here's what I'm seeing. I feel that you created a world in your head that wasn't real.
Exactly.
When you told me that you had loaned her $15,000 that she did not request, you were clear to express that to me. So you're in touch with a big part of reality. What do you feel? You feel deceived?
Deceived, heartbroken.
Heartbroken.
Like
And you thought that this
destroyed,
was for real.
really.
You thought that she was really into you and in love with you and that you were...
Yeah.
I'm a webcam model.
I'm going to take a small break. When we return, I want you to give me your side of the story because, you know, I understand your work. But at some point we realize that the other person on the other side of the camera may not be acting within the realms of reality. And one, as an ethical person, must say, ooh, I don't know, but I feel sad for this person. I want to hear your side of the story. We'll be right back. Who did you borrow the $15,000 from?
My mom.
Your mother?
Yeah.
Is
she's
she here today?
Yeah, she's here today.
Let's ask
Your
her-
mom is supposed to be taking you to court. What am I doing?
Let's
here?
ask her to come in. I want to talk to the mother. Eric and Stacy met through the internet. Eric admits that he's had problems with women in the past. He has problems with relationships. And that he's met most of his girlfriends through the internet. When did you realize that she was not going to run with you into the sunset and you were going to get married and ride the horse?
After I sent
you
the check and found myself blocked from logging into her website. Like, my whole account was just blocked. Blocked.
And at that point you realized, ooh, I am being
was a sucker.
deceived.
I've been suckered, yeah, scammed.
All right. What happened?
The thing is that Eric Powell here, after sending me a gift of $15,000, which is a gift, it's not a
It
subject.
was a loan.
Where is the agreement? What are my terms of paying you back? Where is all that? Where is me asking you for a loan? I've never asked you for anything, as much as I never ask anybody to send me any gifts. Everything, what my clients do, it's out of their own free will. I don't force anybody to do anything.
Do we have evidence of that chat?
Yeah.
Does anybody have it?
There.
Yeah, let me see it. Let me see it.
Here you go.
Thank you. All right. Let's see what the chat says. Did you come up with a name for your business yet? He asks you, and you said, not yet, baby. I still don't know if I can get started without the money. I'm a little bummed about it. I've already told you that I could help you out. I don't like to see you bummed out. Oh, you're so sweet.
It's just a regular conversation where I'm not
I
asking
love it
for
when you
nothing.
send me hearts.
It's my work, yes.
And you
it's
send
regular
him
for me.
hearts, and he sends you hello, and that's it. I'm sending you the money, he says.
Yes.
And then you say, you really don't have to do that.
Yes.
Babe. So you actually discouraged him from sending you
Yes.
the money. Was it the moment where you realized that perhaps he wasn't dealing with reality in a real sense?
Dr. Paul, I think that the fact that Eric just said that he is a virgin and he never had a real relationship in real life, it doesn't change anything about the situation, but maybe it can explain what he wanted out of our conversation, out of our communication in the internet. If sex was what he wanted,
that's not-
a hooker or a prostitute would be a better
That's
choice.
totally
to
not
spend
what it
the money.
was.
I'm not a prostitute. I never positioned myself
I
as
never
a
called you a
prostitute.
prostitute. That was not-
I understand. I understand.
Stop trying to make me look like some sort
Tell
of
me
freaking
something.
pervert.
What was your perception of your communications with him?
He
What
logged
did you
in.
feel?
He logged in into my website, right? He became my new customer, my client. My job as a professional is to form a bond with each client, to
Right, so
fill
they
their
come back
needs, their
again
requirements, so
and
they
again.
will come back.
Exactly.
That's a job well done.
Right.
So he came in. I realized I don't ask people, okay, what do you want? Sometimes I do, sometimes I not. I realized he was shy. I understand. It's not, I'm doing this for 3 years already now.
Okay.
And he was shy, and I clearly understood that this man, well, by talking to him, I understand that he's looking for a real-like relationship. He's looking for an online girlfriend. That's what I was for him. That's what I was for him. I was providing him with that, nothing more. I
that's the
never
service.
never communicated it with him free of charge. It was always for payment.
Okay. I understand.
So I don't understand what the
I
issue is.
understand. Who did you borrow the $15,000 from?
My mom.
Your mother?
Yeah.
Is
she's
she here today?
Yeah, she's here today.
That's not
Your
good.
mom is supposed to be taking you to court. What am I doing
Let's
here?
ask her to come in. I want to talk to the mother, please. So you're Eric's mother,
Yes, I'm his mother.
and you loaned him the sum of $15,000. Did he tell you what he needed the $15,000 for?
He needed the $15,000 because I was under the impression that this girlfriend needed it for a new business that she was going to be starting.
We've never met.
That was going to be my next question. Had you ever met the girlfriend?
No, basically my son had this change of attitude because as a child, he was very shy and reserved. So when I saw a change in attitude that he had, I asked him what's going on. And he's like, Mom, there's this amazing girl. And he showed me pictures of her, the interactions they were having, and how happy he was with her.
What
And
interactions?
all the text and everything that they were going through it. And so when he asked me to get a loan for her to open up her business, I was more than happy because I saw how happy he was. So
Have you loaned him money in the past?
yes, and he's always paid me back.
He always pays you back.
Yes.
Are you frustrated because your son doesn't have a real life relationship
Yes.
and that you feel that he's lopsided, he's missing something, he's anxious and he desires to have a connection with a
Yes,
person?
and I was actually so happy when I saw how happy he was that's why I said, okay, I will lend you the money because I wanted him to be happy because
But
he was
you know,
happy
we
with
cannot
her.
judge our children just based upon their happiness, especially when we have a special kind of child. And you have a special kind of child,
Yes.
and you know it. We're going to take a short break. When we return, we have a licensed clinical social worker with us to talk about this. Come back.
I'm gonna make something clear. Look, I'm not some sort of a freaking psycho, all right? Like, I'm not mentally sick. I'm just...
When you take certain steps in the wrong direction, you can end up going down a very dark path.
Eric and Stacy met through the internet, through a website. He confesses and he explains and states, as a matter of fact, that he's always had problems with relationships. We're going to invite Mr. Allende Reed, who's a licensed clinical social worker, and I believe is an expert on addiction and mental health. What could you tell me about Mr. Eric Powell?
It sounds, from what I've heard, that he's become addicted to some online pornography by engaging with.
But I don't think their relationship was there pornography. Was he asking you for sexy things?
There was some sexy things, but we also
beginning.
talked.
But it wasn't all about that.
It wasn't all about that.
It was
no.
more about the human connection.
Yes, and it's
the
not
emotional.
It's not the
he was
only
making
client
an emotional
like that.
connection
Yes.
with you without you being reciprocal. You were not reciprocating.
I am there for whatever you want me to be, for the time you're paying me
For
to be that.
I think the interesting word that you used was reciprocal. So, you know, Mr. Eric is seeking something. There's something lacking, a void, an emotional discomfort, and he's seeking to fill that by seeking out this relationship. Well, she may not necessarily be wanting to reciprocate everything that he's seeking, but one of the things he's seeking is the appeal of who she is, what she presents. And so he's getting fed that pleasure from what he's viewing. It's a very slippery slope. When you look at the fact that over 40 million users in America utilize media such as webcams, media such as stimulating media through the internet. It's one of those things where when you take certain steps in the wrong direction and you're not careful, you can end up going down a very dark path. And clearly, it sounds from what I've heard that Mr. Eric has a lot of issues stemming from his past of isolating, as you mentioned, finances appropriately, somewhat, but not appropriately.
Sometimes we are able to provide the tools for them to do more harm than good. Look at me, my friend. Look at me. At what time, at what moment did you think that this was a personal, truthful, real relationship?
Honestly, when I started expressing the actual feelings I've had for her, and she told me that she felt the same on multiple occasions.
Where?
I didn't bring everything with me today.
Did you ever tell him that you felt the same way for him?
I say what people want me to
tell them.
It's
Okay.
clear
Look,
it's
I
not
need to
me.
make
believed
something
it.
clear. I need to make something clear. Look, I'm not some sort of a freaking psycho, all right? Like, I'm not mentally
here,
sick.
here,
I'm just,
here.
I'm a bit of a weirdo, sure, but I'm not.
Listen to me. You describe yourself as a weirdo, but this is what worries me.
I wouldn't hurt anyone.
No,
That's not my thing.
I'm not saying
I'm
you're
not
gonna,
a sex
I
addict.
am not going. I'm not suggesting any
Not
of
some
that,
sort of pervert.
and I am not judging you as any of that. Listen to me. This is what worries me. You are losing touch with reality. When you started sending her money and gifts without having met her in person, that's preoccupying to me. It's worrisome. It should have been to you too. Because at some point, you need to meet the person in person. You got to know what they feel like. Look at me. I'm touching you. You see? I'm here. I'm close. You can feel the warmth of my skin. You know? I mean, these are the connections that make people bond. And this is what gives foot so that you can give them a gift. Otherwise, they're an image in the computer. Listen to me. I am going to go back to my desk, and I am going to take a break. And when we come back, I'm going to make a ruling. And I hope you don't get offended. I hope you learn from it. And you take your life, and you do something good about it. Okay? Don't go away. We'll be right back. This is going to, it's going to hurt you. But sometimes only pain shows us a real lesson. When it hurts is when we really learn. I'm starting to understand a little more the issue in this case in a more particular way as it relates to him. When did you believe that this bond was significant enough for you to borrow money from your mother and send it to a perfect stranger?
It doesn't feel that way, the way she was talking to me. I don't even know what to say. I feel like such an
Are
idiot.
you trying to tell me that if I meet you at a park and I sit next to you and I just start telling you pretty things or things you want to hear or you long to hear, you would be willing to ask your mother for another $15,000 and just give them to me?
I don't know. I don't know if I could ever open myself up like that again to anyone.
And you're not, and you don't have therapy to help you realize, boy, I'm really out of whack here. You know, I'm really into this woman that I've never met in my life, and I'm sending her $50,000. It would behoove you. It would be in your best interest to get some therapy. You're a good person. You're functionable, and you're handsome. You have beautiful eyes, by the way. I saw them up close. I am sure that you can make somebody real happy.
Thanks.
This is going to, it's going to hurt you. But sometimes only pain shows us a real lesson. When it hurts is when we really learn. I have no choice but to rule against you. As you understand, you did all of this voluntarily. She never asked you for anything. She offered you what she thought you needed. And she thought you were a reasonable person who understood where you stood. So, I am very sorry, but you're going to have to take the loss and learn the lesson. And this is how I rule.
Thank you.